Hello everyone, welcome to today's session of CTMT classes. So myself Muhammad Yasin, I am going to take CTMT subject for you, and the very first unit is ingredients of concrete, and in that we are going to discuss about cement. Okay, so this is the syllabus of first chapter. In this chapter we are going to study about cement. Okay, so there are various ingredients of concrete, like we have cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, and water. Okay, these are the four basic materials, or these are the four basic ingredients of concrete. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss in detail about cement. Okay, so what are the dry and wet manufacturing process of cement? Okay, so in the manufacturing process of cement, we have two types, that is dry process and wet process. Okay, so both of those we are going to study how we are going to manufacture the cement. Okay, how we are going to manufacture the cement. In that, two processes that are there. One is dry process and another one is the wet process. Okay, both of these processes we are going to study. Okay, so second, next topic is significance of physical properties of cement. Okay, so there are various significances of there are various physical properties of cement. Okay, so for cement we have different physical properties, and what is the significance of those physical properties we are going to study. Okay, so some of the physical properties are fineness of cement. Okay, fineness of cement is one property. Another one is consistency of cement. Next is initial and final setting time of cement. Then soundness of cement, compressive strength, specific gravity. Okay, so these are the some of the physical properties of cement. So we are going to study these physical properties, and also we are going to discuss what is the significance of these physical properties. Okay, so then next we have hydration of cement. Okay, so what is hydration of cement? How when you add water to the cement, how the hydration reactions will start, and how your cement will become hard after hydration reactions. So that we are going to study under this topic. Okay, next is chemical compounds in cement and their properties. Okay, so what are the different chemical compounds which are present in the cement, and what are its properties? Okay, next is types of cement. Okay, at last we have the topic of types of cement. There are various types of cements which is available in the market. Okay, some of those we are going to study in this chapter, that is ordinary Portland cement, Portland pozzolana cement, rapid hardening cement, Portland cement, quick setting cement, and sulfur resisting cement. Okay, okay, so these are the types of cement that we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, other than these types of cement, some more types of cements are also available in the market, but that is not there in your syllabus. Okay, so these are the uh, types of cement we are going to study. Okay, overall in this chapter we are going to study only about cement. Okay, we are going to study only about cement. Okay, so the manufacturing process of cement, in that two processes are there, dry and wet. So then we are going to study about physical properties, its significance. Then we are going to study about hydration of cement, and chemical compounds in the cement, and types of cements. Okay, so this is the syllabus of first chapter. Okay, so let us start with the syllabus. Okay, before starting the chapter, first we should know what is cement. Okay, as we are going to study in this chapter about cement, so before knowing what is cement, we cannot directly go and start with the manufacturing process of cement. Okay, so whatever I have discussed just now in the previous slide, it is the syllabus of first chapter. Okay, I just told you what is the syllabus in this first chapter. Okay, so before starting the actual syllabus, first we must know what is cement. Okay, after knowing what is cement, then we will start with the first topic of the chapter, that is manufacturing process of cement. Okay, so cement is a binding material. Okay, and it is a mixture of calcareous, siliceous, argillaceous, and other substances. Okay, so what is cement? Cement is a binding material. Okay, this is very important. You might have seen in the construction site, cement is used. Cement is known to each and every person. Okay, it is a very commonly used material and largely used material in the construction. Everybody knows about cement. So what is cement? It is a binding material, we know. Okay, so what is the use of cement? When you mix the cement with the sand and water, you will get mortar, and it will be used for the construction of wall. Okay, brick wall. Otherwise you can add cement with the sand, then coarse aggregate and water, then you will get the concrete. Then with the help of that concrete you can prepare the building structure like columns, beams, slab, etc. So what is the use of cement here? It is acting as the binding material. Okay, when you are preparing a mortar for the construction of wall or a brick wall, so that time you are adding cement, sand and water. Okay, cement, sand and water. So what this cement is doing in this? So cement is binding the sand particles together when it gets hard. Understanding? So what cement is doing? It is acting as a binding material here. It is holding the sand particles together. Okay, so in case of concrete, you see what are the things we are adding? Sand, then coarse aggregate. Okay, then we are adding cement and water. Okay, so when we are adding these things together in a proper proportion, okay, this all we have to add in proper quantities. Okay, so in a calculated amount of quantities we have to add these materials. Okay, when we add these materials, so you will get concrete. Okay, in a fresh state it is in a plastic condition, means it can flow, right? But when it becomes hard, it will become a hard mass. Okay, it will become strong, it can take load. Okay, so here what is the thing which is making that so much hard? It is cement. Okay, so cement is making the coarse aggregate and the fine aggregate. Fine aggregate is nothing but cement, fine aggregate is nothing but sand. Okay, so we call sand as fine aggregate and coarse aggregate is larger in size than the sand. Okay, so here in the concrete, sand and coarse aggregates are held together by cement. Okay, here also cement is acting as a binding material. If you don't add cement, then it will not hold together. Okay, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. Okay, so that's why cement is a binding material. Understood? It acts as binding material. It will keep the materials together. Okay, so how this cement is prepared? It is a mixture of, okay, cement is a mixture of calcareous, siliceous, argillaceous and some other substances. Okay, so largely it is made up of calcareous material, siliceous material and argillaceous materials. Understood? So cement is a hydraulic binder. Okay, I told cement is a binding material, but it is a no doubt it is a binding material, but it is a hydraulic binder. Means cement will gain the binding property only when you add water to it. Okay, cement gains the, it will develop binding property only when you add water to the cement. Okay, when cement comes in contact with the water, then it will start to become hard. How it becomes hard? By hydration reactions. Okay, when cement comes in contact with the water, then there will be some reactions which will occur in the cement. Okay, it will lead to the it will lead the cement to become hard. Okay, so hydraulic binder, hydra is nothing but water. Okay, hydraulic is used for water, right? So it is called as hydraulic binder. It means it will gain the property of binding when you add cement with water. Okay, then Cement is hydraulic binder and is defined as, okay, it is defined as finely ground inorganic material. Okay, cement is a finely ground inorganic material which when mixed with water forms a paste, okay, which sets and hardens by means of hydration reactions, and a process which after hardening retains its strength and stability even under water. Okay, so what is cement? Cement is a hydraulic binder. It is defined as finely ground inorganic material. Okay, so when you take the cement in your hand, you can feel that it is a very fine powder it is. Okay, cement is a very fine powder, means it is a very smooth, and the particles of cement are very fine in nature, very these are having very small size. Okay, particles of cement are having very small size. Okay, it is finely ground inorganic material. When it is mixed with water, okay, when this cement is mixed with water, it forms a paste. Okay, initially when you add water to the cement, it will make a paste of cement. Okay, okay, it will make the paste of cement. So this paste of cement, it will become hard after hydration reaction. Okay, that cement paste will become hard when the hydration reactions happens in that. Okay, so when the cement becomes hard, it will gain the strength and stability. Okay, that cement gains the strength and stability. It will become strong even under the water also. If you put that structure, or if you put that hard cement particle inside the water also, it will it will stay hard only. It will not melt, it will not spread. It will retain its stability, and it will retain its structure even if you put it inside the water. Understood what is cement? So this is little introduction about the cement. See, coming the next is manufacturing process of cement. Okay, so now you know what is cement. Okay, cement is a hydraulic binder. When you add water to the cement, it will there will be some hydration reactions. Then your cement will become hard. It will gain so much strength and stability that even if you put that cement in water also, it will stay strong. Okay, so this is cement. So you might have seen in the construction sites. Let us now discuss how cement is manufactured. Okay,
Hello, sir.
so some of your friends are sending me their roll numbers in the chat box. So I will not consider those roll numbers. Okay, at the end when I take attendance, at that time if you are present, then only your attendance will be considered. If you simply send your numbers in the chat box, I will not consider that.
Hello, sir.
Okay, so manufacturing process of cement. India is the second largest producer of cement in the world, producing 502 million tons of cement per year. Okay, so in India, we are producing around 502 million tons of cement. Just imagine how much amount of cement we are producing every year, and we are the second largest in the world. Okay, just imagine how much it is. 502 million tons. It is a very huge amount of cement that we are producing in India every year. Okay, so much construction is going on here. The cement manufacturing industries share a major part in Indian economy. Okay, so in the economy of India, okay, in the economy budget, so the cement manufacturing industries, okay, so the industries which manufactures cement contributes into the Indian economy also. So as the cement is the second largest producer in the world, India is the second largest producer in the world. So there are many cement manufacturing industries. Okay, if you suddenly shut off all the industries, so what will happen? It will affect to the Indian economy because it is sharing a major part in the Indian economy. Okay, so many industries are there. So those industries will be paying their taxes to the government of India. Right. So cement manufacturing industries, they share some major part in the Indian economy. Okay. So we are producing around 502 million tons of cement every year. Okay. So the raw materials required for the manufacturing of Portland cement are calcareous materials. Okay. In the previous slide, I told you it is a mixture of calcareous materials, argillaceous materials, and calcareous, argillaceous, and one more is there. I just forgot.
Silicious. Silicious.
Siliceous. Okay. So some calcareous material is nothing but it is not a particular material. Calcareous material is nothing but in calcareous materials many materials will come, such as in
Calcium ion.
calcareous material
Magnesium.
it can be a limestone or chalk. Okay, we can use limestone or chalk as a calcareous material. We can use as a argillaceous material shale or clay. Okay, so these are the actual material. Clay we can use as argillaceous materials, and limestone can be used as calcareous material. Cement factories are established where these raw materials are available in plenty. Cement factories have come up in many regions in India, eliminating the inconvenience of long distance transportation of raw and finished material. Okay, so when a cement factory is being established, we should take care that the cement industry should be established in such a place that where the raw materials are available in the plenty amount. Okay, suppose the raw materials are available in the South India, and you are establishing your cement industry in the North India, then it is not going to happen. It is not going to work also. Okay, so it will cost a lot for the transportation of material. Okay, so if you are the industry is being established, it should be established in such a location that the raw materials to manufacture the cement should be available in the nearby place. Okay, the raw materials which is required to prepare the cement should be available in the local area. Okay, then only you can establish a cement industry there. Okay, so why it is taken care to avoid or to eliminate the inconvenience of long distance transportation. Okay, if the cement industry is if the raw materials are locally available and the cement industry is also there only, then you will save a lot of money in the transportation, right? Okay, next, the process of manufacturing of cement. Okay, here is from here the manufacturing process starts. Okay, listen carefully, it is interesting as well as uh, if you it is for your exam purpose also. The process of manufacture of cement consists of grinding of raw material. Okay, so what, my mouse is not working properly. Okay, the the process of manufacturing of cement consists of grinding of raw material. Okay, whatever the raw materials are there, okay, it should be locally available. So those raw materials will be taken and it will be grinded. Okay, listen the process carefully. Okay, so what we are doing first, we are taking the raw materials and we are grinding them. What do you mean by grinding? Grinding is nothing but crushing them or making the powder of that. Okay, grinder, you know, everybody will have grinder in their kitchens at the home, right? So we will make the powder of anything. So here we are taking the raw materials and we are grinding them. It means we are making the powder of that. Okay, then mixing them intimately in certain proportion depending upon their purity and composition. Okay, so first bring all the raw materials. Okay, separately bring all the raw materials, then make the powder of that. Means you have to grind that. So after grinding, so those all raw materials should be taken in a proper proportion. Okay, like 4 ingredients are there. First ingredient, in how much quantity is needed, suppose 20% needed. Second one is needed around 30%. Fourth one is needed around 50%. Okay, so in how much proportion you need each raw material, you have to take and you have to mix them. Okay, so first one is taking the raw materials and grinding them. Second is mixing them in certain proportion. Okay, it depends on their purity, means that raw material that you have brought, it is of what purity level. Okay, that also will be same. Then uh, after mixing, you have to burn them. Burning them in the kiln at a temperature of about 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius. Okay, so what we have to do here, we have to burn them. Okay, so first step is grinding, second step is mixing, third step is burning. Okay, after mixing all those raw materials in their proper proportion, in their proper quantities, we have to burn them. Okay, so burning will take place in the kiln. Okay, in the cement industry, there will be a huge structure called kiln. Okay, so in that the burning of these raw materials will take place. Okay, so how this burning will happen and everything we will discuss in detail in the coming slide. Okay, so in general, I am telling you now the process of manufacturing. Okay, so in general it is. So in detail we will discuss in the coming slide. Okay, so first is grinding, second is mixing, third is burning. So burning, where you are burning? You are burning in the kiln. Okay, at what temperature? You are burning at a temperature of around 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius. Okay, so when you burn these materials at this temperature, what will happen? At this temperature, the material sinters and partially fuses to form nodular shaped clinker. Okay, so when you burn those materials, what will happen? So that material will burn, it will fuse together, it will mix together, and it will become nodular shaped clinker. Okay, nodular shape is nothing but like small stone type structures. Okay, like stone type structures it will form. Okay, so these are called as nodular shaped clinkers. Okay, now these clinkers are cooled. Okay, as we have burned, then we got this nodular shaped clinker, and after burning we have got, means it will be very hot. Okay, the temperature of this nodular shaped clinker will be high. So what we have to do, we have to cool it down. Okay, then we have to make the powder of that. Okay, we have to make the powder of that. We have to crush it completely and make a very fine powder of this clinkers. Okay, after making the powder, we have to add 3 to 5% of gypsum. Okay, after making the powder of those clinker, we have to add 3 to 5% of gypsum. Then the product which is formed after mixing the gypsum is called as Portland cement. Understood? So this is the basic or a general manufacturing process. Okay, in this paragraph. So how the cement is manufactured? The process of manufacturing of cement consists of grinding of raw material. Means first we have to bring all the raw materials separately, then you have to grind them. You have to make the powder of that. Okay, first step. Second step, you have to mix all those raw materials together in their proper quantities. Okay, in their proper proportion. Okay, so after mixing, third step is burning. So how, at what temperature you are burning? You are burning at a temperature of 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius. Okay, where you are burning? You are burning in the kiln. Okay, three steps over. What is fourth step? In the end of third step. Okay, in the burning, in the end of third step, what you will get? You will get nodular shaped clinkers. Okay, you will get nodular shaped clinker in the end of third step. Okay, what is the fourth step now? Fourth step, you have to take those clinkers and you have to crush them, cool them and crush them and make the powder of that. Okay, you have to make the powder of those clinker. Okay, after making the powder, which is the fifth step, you have to add 3 to 5% of gypsum. Okay, you have to add 3 to 5% of gypsum in the uniform way. Means you have to mix 3 to 5% of gypsum to that. Okay, then your cement is ready. Understood? It is easy to remember. Just remember in the form of stepwise. First step, grinding of raw material. Second step, mixing of those raw material in their proper proportion. Third step, burning of those raw materials in the kiln at a temperature of 1300 to 1500 degrees Celsius. Fourth step, in the third step, you will get clinker. In the fourth step, you have to make the powder of that clinker. Okay. Fifth step, addition of 3 to 5% of gypsum. Okay. Now your cement is ready. Okay. So this is the general manufacturing process. Okay. So there are two processes known as wet and dry processes depending upon whether the mixing and grinding of raw materials is done in wet or dry condition. With a little change in the above process, we have the semi-dry process also, where the raw materials are ground dry and then mixed with 10 to 14% of water and further burned to the clinkering temperature. Okay, see. So here in this paragraph, we discussed about the manufacturing process of cement. Okay, so here first two steps you see. First step is grinding of raw material, and second step is mixing of those raw material. Okay, so these grinding and mixing. Okay, so grinding and mixing of this raw material, if it is done in a wet condition, then there is wet process of manufacturing of cement. Okay, if that mixing, if that grinding and mixing is done in a dry condition, then it is a dry process. Okay, so wet process is called wet process because here we are adding water to that. Okay, for grinding and mixing, if we add water, then it is a wet process. Okay, without addition of water directly, if we are grinding and mixing, then it is a dry process. Understood? So without adding complete amount of water, and if you add some amount of water, then it is a semi dry process. Okay, just if you add 10 to 14% of water, it is semi dry process. Otherwise, if you add full amount of water, it is wet process. If you don't add water, it is a dry process. Okay, so how this wet process and dry process is done, we will see in the next slide. Okay, but for now you remember these 5 steps. Okay, grinding, then mixing, then burning, then making the powder of clinkers, then addition of gypsum. Okay, remember these 5 steps. Okay, so wet process and dry process comes for the first 2 steps, that is grinding and mixing. Okay, now for many years, the wet process remained popular because of the possibility of more accurate control in the mixing of raw material. The technique of intimate mixing of raw material in powder form was not available by then. Later, the dry process gained momentum with the modern development of the technique of dry mixing of powder material using compressed air. Okay, so initially when the dry process and wet process of mixing was introduced, at that time the wet process of mixing was very popular. Okay, in the many of the cement industries, they used to adopt wet process of mixing. Okay, so wet process was very popular, and when the wet process was popular at that time, new techniques were not available for mixing the material by with the help of compressed air. Okay, so that technique was not available at that time. So wet process of mixing was considered as more accurate one. Okay, so most of the cement industries used to adopt wet process of mixing. Then later on, when compressed air technique was introduced, then the compressed air technique was introduced, then the dry process gained momentum, and most of the cement industries we started to adopt the dry process of manufacturing of cement. Understood? Okay, so compressed air technique is used to mix the ingredients without adding water. Okay, without adding water to the ingredients, you can mix those ingredients with the help of compressed air. Understood? Then the dry process requires much less fuel as the materials are already in the dry state. Okay, what will happen in the dry process? If you are using the technique of compressed air, it will require less fuel. Okay, fuel in the form of anything. Okay, so requirement of fuel will be less in the dry process. Why? Because if you don't add water, it means only the quantity of raw materials will be present. If you add water, it means you are adding some extra material to that, so it will gain in weight as well as in the quantity. Okay, it will become more in quantity if you add water to that. Again, mixing for them will require more energy. Understood? So dry process will require less fuel. Okay, less fuel it will require to for the mixing process. In India, most of the cement factories used wet process. Recently, a number of factories have been commissioned to employ the dry process method. Within next few years, most of the cement factories will adopt the dry process. Okay, so in India, most of the cement factories were using wet process of mixing. Okay, they used to add water to the raw materials for mixing them. Okay, it was like if you add water and mix them, the mixing process will become the mixing will be more accurate. Okay, so it was correct, but when there was technique of compressed air was not there. Okay, now that new technique has come, and this technique will allow to use less fuel and mix them accurately. So that's why most of the industries of cement manufacturing industries, now they are shifting from wet process to dry process. Okay, so in wet process, the limestone brought from the quarries is first crushed to smaller fragments. Then it is taken to a ball or tube mill where it is mixed with clay or shale, as the case may be, and ground to a fine consistency of slurry with the addition of water. Okay, now let us discuss the wet process of mixing. Okay, so what will happen in the wet process of mixing? The the limestone is brought from the quarry. Okay, from the quarry the limestone is brought and it will be crushed. Okay, they will make the small fragments of that. Okay, they will crush it and make small fragments like small stones. Okay, like that. So from the quarry, big stone type of limestone will be brought and it will be crushed, and it will they will make the small fragments of those limestone. Okay, then that smaller fragments of limestone will be taken to the ball or tube mill where it is mixed with the clay or shale. Okay, so see here, this is limestone. Okay, this limestone is one of the raw material. Okay, this limestone is one of the raw material. So in the beginning, in the first slide, I told you that the cement is manufactured by calcareous, siliceous and argillaceous material. Okay, so this limestone is a calcareous material. So here we are adding it with the clay or shale. So this is a argillaceous material. Okay, so here we are mixing calcareous material and argillaceous material. Okay, and then we are adding water to make the slurry, as it is a wet process. Okay, so in wet process we are adding water for mixing. So hence we are making small fragments of limestone, then we are sending it to the ball mill where it will become a very fine powder by the addition of water. Okay, so here we are adding calcareous materials, argillaceous material and water. Okay, here mixing is taking place in the form of slurry.